Hi, this is Sherry from Cross Fit Ile Bizard. It has been a really rough week with the sandbagging and with the water levels rising, and I know many of us are out there helping our neighbors or trying to save our houses from the flooding. But as the water levels rise, we need to be very, very mindful of how we continue to sandbag and to make sure that we will not injure our backs in the process. So remember that when you lift an object, the goal is to keep your back flat, to keep your back straight, and not lift with your back. So if I were to pick up a sandbag, it's really important that I keep my back straight and I bend over, engaging my legs to pick an object off the floor. I want to try to avoid curving my bag and rotating as quickly as possible. Also, when we shovel, what's really important is that we pivot off of our legs. So when we shovel, we want to make sure that, number one, we're going to switch sides. We don't keep continuing to throw and to use the exact same side in rotation. We want to make it equal on both sides, but it's important that we pivot from our hip. So when I shovel, I want to pivot from my hip and rotate instead of rotating just from my low back. So remember to switch sides. Remember to keep your back flat every single time you pick something up. And take breaks. If you've noticed that you've been doing this for 30-40 minutes, take a small break, stretch out your back. A really good stretch for your back is to go on all fours in this position. You may have seen the cat-cow position before. Stretch your low back this way. Another great way to stretch your back as well, and this is at the end of the evening or even in the beginning of the morning, is to stretch out the hamstrings, because all of this shoveling is getting our hamstring tight, and when our hamstring is tight, it's going to start to pull on the low back. So grab a towel, grab something, grab a band, something that you could use to lift up your leg, keep your back flat, and stretch out your hamstrings this way. Remember also during this time, it is super, super important that we hydrate. So keep drinking. You don't realize how much work that you've been doing these last few days, shoveling and helping out your neighbors, and how stressful the situation is. So continue to hydrate. Drink some water, and of course continue to eat small meals just to keep your energy levels high, and don't sit down with a huge heavy meal that takes a long time to digest. So watch your backs, help your neighbors, don't put yourself in a vulnerable situation. Always remember to lift with your legs, and make sure that you're always switching directions. Even though you do have a stronger side, always switch the direction in which you shovel and in which you help to fill up these bags. And when picking anything up off the floor, keep the back flat. So good luck. Take care of yourself this weekend. It's going to be a long weekend, but be mindful of your backs and stay safe.